Hey Team Tresela!
Welcome back to another epic vlog.
Woo!
Whoop, whoop. So today we're basically taking you guys through a video more on like relationship stuff that we're doing. We asked you guys for questions on relationships and yeah.
You gave us questions.
You guys went in.
Questions. So before this, Trevina and I went through all the questions and we picked out the ones that we want to answer. We also have prayed about it, and we've also used stuff that we've learned during our premarital counseling. So
you excited?
Yes, let's go.
And people were being real. So
yeah.
It's gonna be good.
So this person says, hey, your marriage and relationship with Trevina are absolute goals. Thank you. So I feel like once the trust has been broken, you have to find a way to trust again. Yeah. But for me personally, when I went through this back in the day, it was more of a sort of spiritual thing where God spoke to me and said, why are you putting your trust in a man? A man who can fail you, a man who can lie to you again, a man who could possibly cheat on you again. Why are you putting your trust on a human who can make mistakes instead of putting your trust in me, which is God, and know that I have your best interests at heart? Rather put your trust in God and know that whatever happens, God has your back. If you do get cheated on again, God is going to have your back. It doesn't matter. Sure. You may feel like it's the end of the world, but just put your trust in God, put your faith in God. And I think building trust does take work from both parties. If you get into another relationship, remember that you shouldn't be basing your current relationship on mistakes from the past relationship. You should learn from your past mistakes, but not bring in that type of fear into new relationships. And I think if you are single and taking time to be single, it's a very good thing. You should work on yourself and work on being secure in yourself, because insecurity can also bring a lot of trust issues in a relationship.
Yeah, especially later on down the line. I think you nailed that.
Ding. Okay, then someone wants to know, what do you guys think about sex before marriage?
Okay, so let's obviously start with us. So
wait,
as you guys know,
before you start.
Yeah.
Parents, aunties, uncles, please stop watching this video. Thank you.
Our family watches this. Selina has always been real on her channel, so that's why when we discussed how we were going to answer this, we said,
why does this topic make me so shy and nervous and giggly? I'm like, hey, I'm married.
So yeah, sex before marriage is something important. There's obviously reasons why. And
wait. No, say that again. Sex before marriage is not important. Not having sex before marriage is important. The topic of sex before marriage is important. Having sex before marriage is not important.
Yeah. Okay. So as you guys know, we've been dating we dated for more than 10 years before we got married, and temptation is real. So, but I would say that with our beliefs and what we wanted to do, it's not something we wanted to do, but unfortunately she didn't last. We didn't last, guys. We caved, and it's not something we're proud of, but it's something that we definitely learned from. And we did premarital counseling, and before the pastor could actually marry us, it's something he pointed out and took us through the scriptures and the word of God, explaining why and about soul ties. Yeah, and
so we started premarital counseling, I think 2 or 3 months before our wedding. So from the day that we met with that pastor and he told us, he was like, okay, I'm going to give you guys the choice. You can decide in your hearts whether you want to stop today or when you want to stop, but it's my duty as the pastor that's marrying you to tell you that this is not biblical and you shouldn't have been doing it. Because God created sex, our belief, God created sex to be between husband and wife,
union and covenant,
to solidify the covenant between a husband and a wife.
Yeah.
So he told us, it's up to you, you guys decide what you want to do, but please note that I cannot stand up there and marry you guys if you have been having sex.
And the important thing, guys, the way he came across, it wasn't judgmental.
It wasn't like,
it was with a lot of love.
It was like,
but at the same time
happens.
Firm and explaining that it is something that happens, but if it is something that's happened, these are the steps you take, and we were obviously willing to make amends and do it the right way from that day onwards.
So just to touch on soul ties, basically Okay, I'm gonna explain it to you in this way. I remember when I think I was in like grade 8, someone came to our school and they demonstrated it with a marshmallow Easter egg. And the lady said every time you have sex with someone, it's taking a piece of yourself and giving it away to people. And she kept breaking the Easter egg, and eventually she was left with a tiny piece. And she's like, you go into a marriage with this much, and then what happens if you marry someone with everything that's whole, that is ready to commit everything to you? You still have all those ties to other people. Remember, sex isn't just a body thing. There are emotions involved. It is a spiritual thing. Obviously,
Definitely.
God created sex. It didn't.
To
It's
be
not from
enjoyed with a
science.
covenant,
So
and sex complicates things. And it takes things to a whole another level.
Yeah, definitely. So Trevino and I aren't coming to you guys as from a place of judgment. This is just our beliefs on sex before marriage. Obviously, we did have sex before marriage. We had to repent for having sex before marriage. We had to stop when the pastor spoke to us and told us
after we prayed and called out and cancel all soul ties and anything, because basically it's like when you're doing something that's out of the word of God, you're giving the enemy a loophole to legally enter your marriage and cause problems down the line, or mess up that covenant where God cannot protect you anymore because you're out of His will.
And for us, it was a thing like, oh, we are going to get married one day, so let's just do it. But the way the pastor explained it to us, there's blessings that come with doing things created for a marriage when you are married to the person. So it was such an awesome time. That's why we always encourage people to please do premarital counseling with your church.
Good, guys.
It was literally one of the best decisions we ever made with regards to our wedding. Okay, then someone wants to know, how do you split time between two families, and should the girlfriend spend more time at the boy's house during dating? So I personally think that it should be 50-50. Obviously. It should be 50-50.
Definitely, and I think to elaborate on that, we also mentioned each family is different. As we know, families can also be hard. You choose your friends, you don't choose your families. So sometimes it might be that one side of the family might be a bit more clingy or not understand space, whereas the other family is more free and you're allowed to do whatever you want. But it's important to not put strain on your partner, dating or even being married, that you need to have a healthy balance, guys. It's not about being on the one side more than the other, it's about having a healthy balance. And you'll find a lot of the times, like, we used to get into fights and arguments about it very early on, even during dating. And it wasn't healthy, it wasn't good.
What is the biggest challenge or conflict we've had, and how did we overcome it? I think this ties in nicely to the other question. One of the things that Trevino and I do tell a lot of younger couples, not necessarily young in age, but maybe in the time that they've been together, is just because you're in somebody's space or you live with a person, it doesn't mean you're spending time with the person. So it's definitely important to, first of all, that was one of our biggest issues, that we'd be together all the time, but we weren't spending time together because we were always around his family or my family, or we had people around us. But we never had actual Trevino and Selina time. And I think one of the ways that we did overcome that was having that light bulb moment in knowing that just because we're here, it doesn't mean that we're spending time with each other.
I would think it's a common thing with a guy where it's like, oh, okay, I'm with my girlfriend or I'm with my wife, but there's other people around. But you fail to realize that you need to give that person your time, your undivided attention. And it's hard to do that when you're around a lot of other people. You need to make them feel special. You need to also show them that you care and that you're taking time to build your relationship together, apart from everything else going on.
There was also someone in our church, I cannot remember who it was, but somebody said this during our premarital counseling. The wife said that, I think it was actually Pastor Nicolene and Pastor Chris, it might have been them. The wife said that the husband gets energized and loves, he thrives being around other people, which is Trevino. Was it? Which is Trevino. But the wife likes calmness, being alone, just chilling,
Her family, being at home in our own space, which was
that's me. So there was a time also where we think, hey, going out to our cousins was us spending time together. It's not spending time together. You need to actually have like quality time with the other person. And also, both our love languages are quality time.
That was an important one.
Oh, guys, what do you think about watching pornography?
Why can't you just say it normally?
Because I'm thinking if my video is going to get demonetized.
Oh, okay. No,
contains adult content. Does it though? Is this adult content? I don't know.
So someone asked you a question, right?
I'm not answering this. You wanted to answer this question.
We can both attempt to answer it. But what was the question? Do you remember?
What do you guys think about watching pornography? Look, let's just start off by saying we're not saints. Everybody has done it. Everyone has watched porn at some point in their lives. Whether it was in high school, whether it was out of high school.
Experimental phase, whatever it was.
Everyone has watched porn at some point in their life. Lord,
for today's...
I just want to say, please, if my parents are watching now, even after we told them not to watch, please just like cut the internet. Please.
Okay, so to tie in with today's video, I can give a guy's perspective. You can give a lady's perspective. Okay? So from my side, I think knowing everything that I do now, having gone through the phase of dating, of being in love, of understanding what's infatuation, and then getting married to you. Amazing love.
I don't want to put purple lipstick on you.
So I think it's bad in a sense that I don't watch porn because we don't watch porn.
Imagine people are like, ooh, Selina watches porn.
I've gotten to a place in my life where I realize, and listening to many sermons from amazing men of God that inspire me, and just general reading, learning and stuff, it creates lust in a relationship, guys. And lust is not good. Also, it's not a pure form of love. It creates a deception of what sex is. It creates an idea of how you think sex should be, which is not necessarily
unrealistic images of what sex should be.
Yeah.
Like, those people are professional actors and actresses.
Professional actors.
You can't expect to bring some of those things into your own marriage, and then when you can't perform for, then you're like, oh, there's something wrong with me. No, bruh, they're paid to do those things.
Yeah.
It's their job. I can't expect you, well, if there's like a doctor watching, you can't expect me to come and operate on someone and then I'm going to be disappointed. That's what you've been trained to do. You get paid for that job. You've learned to do that job. So I think it creates a lot of unrealistic images and...
Yeah, also it shifts your focus from what's in front of you, and it creates, like we go back to the last thing, of what you think you want and you miss out on what you have.
Also, I've heard that it can cause some problems for men.
Can it?
Yep.
Probably, I would assume.
This video is so awkward. I really hope our parents aren't watching this. Okay, someone wants to know, how do we deal with disagreements and arguments? Before we get into that, I'm currently doing a course called Becoming Mrs. Better Half by Holly Furtick. It's a free course, you guys can just Google it on Google. And one of the things that, for this week, one of the themes was we need to be like Jesus, which means be humble. She said even if you are right in your argument, just be humble and not say anything. Jesus was 100% right, but he still took all the wrong and died.
That's so cool.
You know, she said, you're not gonna die for your husband, you're not gonna die, but just be humble and just be concerned with your humility, and God will take care of your husband. So even if you are right, just...
I'm sure you'll understand that.
One of the really good things that she said though was, the only person you can change in a marriage is yourself.
That's good advice though. And I think you can apply that to all types of relationships.
Yep. So how do we deal with disagreements and arguments?
I would just like to say we have come a long way. We have really come a long way.
Such a long way.
These days it's actually hard to think and remember when last did we have like a proper disagreement or an argument. Look, it's healthy in a relationship where you fight, but it's how you fight. Should I say argue? How you argue?
Any advice we have for people who are in relationships in high school? I have something to say.
Okay.
I have something to say. And I told you this before, and I told you I'm not blaming you. Okay. In grade 11, I got half... Was it grade 11? No, in matric. In matric, I got half colours for my academics. Trevino and I started dating in grade 10. I feel like I invested all my energy into my relationship. Had I put that in, I'm not saying don't invest in your relationship, but had I put more attention onto my schoolwork, I definitely know I would have left high school with full colors. I don't think it really matters right now, but I'm just saying, when you are in high school, do focus on high school. Don't only focus on your relationship. Your relationship is important, but high school is also important. So do focus on your education.
And give it your best. You don't want to have regrets.
Yeah.
Just in our case specifically, it worked out really nice because I wasn't always focused. I was basically 90% of the time the class clown, not doing homework, not buying textbooks.
His demerit pages were full. He had to get a new diary to get demerit.
Exposing met and sort of thing. So yeah, but it was good for me having a girlfriend because it gave me focus.
Having a girlfriend or dating me? Because you had many a girlfriends before I came to you.
It's the only girlfriend that counts. So yeah, it put life like here for me, and I was there.
I was there. This person asked, how do you guys stop being jealous and insecure? I'm always insecure about other girls. I'm feeling a bit clingy, especially now that my boyfriend and I live together. How can I stop? How can I occupy myself with stuff without bothering my boyfriend at home? So I said, what did I say? I can't even read my own handwriting.
This is when it was getting super quick.
You need to be secure in yourself, first of all.
Preach.
You need to be confident and secure in yourself, because obviously knowing your worth, knowing that you're amazing, knowing that
I am worthy,
will obviously get rid of your insecurities. Did he do something to make you feel insecure? If he did, my hand is weird. If he did, you guys need to talk about it and communicate. Communication is so important in a relationship. There's no relationship you can have without communication, or you are going to have problems. And then how to distract yourself at home so you don't bother him. You can just do stuff. I don't know, read, learn a new language, watch my YouTube videos, click the ads, watch the ads. What are your views on partners that came into your life even after things have ended and it's a couple years later, but the communication was still there on seldom occasions? And the fact that you pray to God to keep this person out of your life if they aren't to be in it, and you just trust his plans for your future, but this person keeps coming back into your life. Like, is it a sign from him, or is it coincidence, or is it his reason that everything is supposed to happen in your life? I'm not sure if I made sense. Do you guys feel God is testing you in terms of it's meant to be with that person, or testing you if you can stay away from the person? Yeah, okay. So, first of all, the one thing that I thought of, I think it's called freeze Christians. Someone preached about this a long time ago.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
We can't live our entire life waiting for a sign
from God.
Like, God is not a magician. You need to know that God is God and his word is true, and he's going to say what he said he's going to do.
True.
I mean, he's going to do what he said he's going to do. You can't always wait for the sign. Otherwise, you're going to be waiting for your entire life for signs. And sometimes I know you feel like, oh, I saw a butterfly today, it was blue. His favorite color is blue. It's meant to be. Sometimes we create these things in our minds because we want what we want instead of waiting on what God wants. Put you, body.
Temptation doesn't come from God. Temptation comes from the own evil desires that we have in us. God gives us the ability and the power to overcome temptation.
Lead us not into temptation. What was the reason that you guys
we
did
need a bit
last?
more context. What was the reason for it? But also, I mean, guys, a relationship is not playing games. You invest time, you invest money, you invest your emotions in a person.
Yes.
If it didn't work for a certain reason, and you know that you're just going to run into the same block again, why put yourself through that? Or if you know that there's a legit chance, and most importantly, you both care about each other, you love and respect each other, and you have goals and you want to make it work, it will work.
I dated someone for 5 years, and he just woke up one day and decided he didn't want me anymore. He broke my heart in the same week I lost a family member and was writing exams. It was like a completely different person, and I was so shocked and hurt. He was so nasty and rude and wanted nothing to do with me, so I left him alone. Now I see he's posting on his story another girl, and it hurts me so much. To think I was with this guy for so long and now he's moved on so quick like I was nothing. I just don't know what to do or how to move on or let go. I just really felt like he was the one for me, and even if he wasn't, fine, but to see him with someone else 2 months later breaks me down. First of all, you need to get off his social media.
I think also, like, from a guy's perspective, you don't date someone for 5 years, wake up one day and realize you don't have feelings for them. It's things that have been continually happening, and it's really not fair. To me, it seems very dodge, because it seems like it's a bit of a camouflage thing, and that now that you got to this point, you're seeing the person's true colors. Somebody who really loves you and cares about you will go about doing things the right way, and not. And definitely, this isn't the right way.
Someone wants to know how to ensure that a relationship lasts through lockdown. So, like you were saying earlier, a relationship is not on one person; it's on two people.
True.
So it's on both of you to ensure that it lasts.
Yeah, one person shouldn't take the burden. I mean, lockdown is just lockdown. It's something temporary. It's not going to be forever. How does a relationship last through tough
Video
times,
calls,
through long distance? It's
absence makes the heart grow fonder. It's
can't be
definitely
easy, I'm sure.
imagine. I'm sure it cannot be easy, but I also definitely agree that it's not on only you to make it work. Your partner also has to be taking an initiative. And I mean, video call each other, call each other. Texting is not everything. I know no one likes a phone call, but get on the phone, video call.
No one, just you and a few other people.
No one likes a phone call. Someone wants to know, how do they maintain a good relationship? I think definitely respect.
Yeah, love.
And trust. You have to trust your partner. You have to respect your partner.
True. But remember, that's always just going to be words, right? Love, respect, trust. It's actions that make those words work in your relationship. It's very important, guys. You've got to make an effort, and so does your partner. Take initiative. And also, something that I really, really like that I heard is I can't remember the word. Be, not when you're deciding on something, intentional. Why did that word leave me? Be intentional about stuff, guys. It's important.
It is. This is the end of part 1.
Hope you guys enjoyed it.
I really, really hope you guys enjoyed it. We will be posting part 2 on Tuesday at 12:30. And also check us out on Instagram because there are some questions that we left out on purpose to answer on a live with another couple.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be really good. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe.
Turn on notifications if you haven't done that. Please do.
The little bell, just click the bell. And we'll see you guys on Tuesday for part 2 of this video.
Bye Team Tresela.